Oh no, welcome to Grandad's allotment. It's the 23rd of December, the day, so nearly Christmas. I'm just down at the plot today to do a bit tidying up after the storms and get tidied up before Christmas. And I've also got a few bulbs to plant as well, so I'll show you them. Right, so I've been on a bit of a spending spree. If anybody's sort of following us on Facebook or on the Grandad's allotment Facebook page, you'll see this. So we've got here, it's about 75 quid's worth of bulbs, allium bulbs and bulbs, daffodils. I had another 5 of these bags of narcissi. I've already planted them at home. That one's going in here. But these are alliums and stuff, to say about 75 quid's worth from Wilkinson's. I got it for £4.90. I think there's about 25 bags of different allium bulbs. I had 6 bags of narcissi, and that came to about £4.90 because they've got 70% off sale. I then just happened to be in the garden centre, and I found some of these, which were again 70% off. So I got them for like a couple of quid, if that. I think it was about £1.90 or something for 4 packets of them, which were a £5 each. So these ones are for shady areas, so I'll go through them, and I'm going to put them in the buckets where the rhubarb is. I'll show you that in a minute. But we've got some fritillaria, alliums. These are mostly alliums, different ones. Cashmere, alliums. Yeah, and I did get a couple of packets of garlic as well. Not that I need it, but it was there, and it was cheap. And I got some onions as well, so I'm going to pop them in just in some seed trays. These ones, I'm not going to try and say what they're called, but they're for woodland and shade areas. The one that's just dropped on the floor. So yeah, I'm going to spend today planting these up in these beds here. I'm going to tidy these up, these flower beds. That's the Japanese wineberry. So that's going to be tied up against the wall. Prune everything back, clear them out, and plant all these bulbs. So that's my job for today, as well as tidying up this mess. Not had a chance to get in for probably, well, since the storms, just to check everything over. But I've not done anything. That's things blown all over. So yeah, tidy update today while the weather's okay. Right, let's crack on. Right, I'm just gonna plant up some of these alliums in this bed. Just randomly. Oh, that's it. Get that planted again. There it is. There's quite a few bulbs already in here, like from last year, which will come back up. I'm just gonna chop it up again, especially when you're getting them for next to nothing. Don't mind doing it. Tidy Grandma and Grandad's rose up. Right, sprawling a bit too much, so trim it up. Some sort of shape to it. These are drumsticks. I'm just going to scrape the layer of soil off because there is bulbs coming through and I don't want to disturb them. And these are just little ones, so I'm just going to scatter them. In certain areas and cover them up again. Hopefully they'll come through. See, there is bulbs already in there. I don't know what they are, but what have I planted last year? You're probably not able to pick it up, but there is bulbs shooting through underneath this layer. So, again, some more alums in. Going to get a fire on shortly, get rid of some rubbish. So they're going to be under at least a couple of inches of soil and mulch. They are just little ones, so that's all they should need. So, then you use pick up any bargains. I know Wilkinsons are starting to get the new stuff in now for next year, so obviously the seeds aren't cheap, but the bulbs were. Right, I'm going to crack on with this bed and then I'll move along to the next bed, but I'll save you all of that. I'll speed you up a bit. Right, second bed. These ones are a little bit bigger, these ones. Taller, and I've got a wider space here. Not as sort of congested with the other stuff. So I'm going to dig these in. I'm going to have to do some repairs on here. It has got bulbs in, I'm not quite sure what they are, but probably alliums of some sort as well. The trouble is, when the bed's that full, you end up digging up what you've put in the year before. But some of them do rot off, so you do need to keep topping them up again. You need to top these beds up anyway. See what comes up next year. See, we're not losing any money. I'll have to repair this as well. Costs run out really to put them in, so I'll have a bit of flour, bit of something for the bees. For really big ones, these ones. Quite mild for it being the 23rd of December. We are forecast snow for Christmas, so let's see what we'll get. Just wanted to get these in before it got too bad. I'm going to have to stand that up somehow. Fuchsia. A couple more big ones. Little ones. So we'll scratch the surface again, a couple inches of soil off, get these little ones in. Two of these constantly on. Let's get them in. Right, I think that's it for that one. Move to the next one. Last few, these are the ones for the shade. I'm going to put them in with the blueberry pots. But I'm just going to lie them on the top because I'm going to fill these blueberry pots up a little bit because they've sunk. So I'm going to fill them up with the compost that I've got off my potatoes. So right, just moved you so you can see what I'm doing. So these are the blueberry plants. Obviously they're dormant at the minute, but I have got new shoots coming up. These will just, they're low ground cover, so they will sort of be covered, and they're meant for shade. So just go the weeds up the top. Yeah, it's a little good shade. Galanthus, Mount Everest, selected for woodland and shade. they are shooting already, so I'll poke a little hole in. Finger. In. Right, I've got my compost off my potatoes. It's a bit wet. More seeds up. So I'd say there's some anyway. That's a good couple of inches. Them ones. There. I'll have to write these down so I remember what they are. Leucaria, 3 of them. Big ones. You see they are shooting, so off. Orthigallum Life Trophy. 20 of those, so apart from here I think. Again, these are shooting. So we'll put them in, pointing the right way. Put them. So it's wet enough, so I don't need to water them. Right, last one. This one's got a big hole, so we can see. The back of it. Right down there is a big hole, so I need that filling in. It's just where it's sunk. It's filled with rubbish, so. What are these? Tulips. 12 Tartar Interaction. So again, I'm just pushing them in. So point the right way. Doesn't matter, like, they'll find their own way. Even if we just scatter them, they'll turn themselves round. Right, so we've got the lower them through. bury the crown, although these are shooting up on the crown now, so hey, a few more done. Right, if you can see it's past the smoke. Just burned a bit of wood to get rid of some rubbish. So I'm going to do the fritillaria. So these are the little snakehead sort of tulips. So this is just a couple of planters I had and my soil off, my potatoes. Not using anything special, but these will probably end up going to the house, to be honest, and on the patio. So these are kept in vermiculite to keep them dry. So I'm just spreading them around. I'm just going to top them up with some. Oops. A bit much. Right, first one. A couple of photographs I've just had on before. This little bit was me doing my daffodils, just in the bed where the daffodils normally are. So there'll be loads come through. There's already hundreds in there. But yeah, just with a permanent daffodil bed. I've got 3 packets of these, so I've got 3 trays to do it. I'm not even sure if you can see us, to be honest. Spread them out. These are more like little combs as opposed to bulbs, so it doesn't really matter which way up they go. See, the weather's not too bad today, 23rd of December. You know, we are forecast for snow. We've had some horrendous winds, but we've not really had real rainstorms, so the ground's not too bad. I suppose just everything's died back now, so it's at that time of year. I need to clean everything, so the bean orchard's next on my target today. Getting some new fencing at home because that blew down, so what I've got at home will replace what's here. What I've got, that's salvageable. So I've lost a few panels along the sides here, so that will replace them. Nice just having a little fire just to work beside. That's a little bit chill off. So it's not too bad weather-wise, but nice, isn't it? Hey, that's the 3 of them done. So I think I've got 1 packet left of little alliums, 10 alliums. So I might try and find another little truck to put them in. Right, I'll go and see what I've got. Right, I found a little potato pot. I had potatoes in last year, so these last few in. Little alliums. They don't need to be very too deep, probably twice the depth of the bulb, so don't need much cover. See, if they don't come up, they don't come up. But you know, I haven't lost much. 20 pence a packet or something like that. Right. Nice little set. Leave them there. You'll be fine. Right, let's into the greenhouse and do this garlic. Follow me. Right, I'm going to do this garlic and onions. So I've got 2 packs of garlic. It's Germador. I've already got loads of garlic in, but I just couldn't resist it, can you? You know, sitting there, someone's got to use it. Well, everybody's seen pewter plant garlic before. This is in my 12 seed, no 15 seed tray that I got from, where did I get them from again? Patch potatoes, that's where they're from. Second hand, good price. I think it was, they work out about 75p each. You know, cheaper than you can buy them at the shops, and they're really hard plastic as well. So I'm just gonna break up the garlic. Flat end down, pointy end up. One in each cell. Pop it in. It's probably a little bit late for garlic, but if I put these in the greenhouse, they'll catch up. They haven't had a frost, but there's time for that yet. We normally don't get our big frosts until sort of February, March time. So there's plenty of time for that, because this will not be coming out till June, July harvest time. So plenty of time. So I'm probably going to get one full cell out of 1.5 bulbs. So it's not too bad. And like I say, it's cheap as chips. Cost us next to nothing. One of these, I'm definitely going to get some more of these for next year. I think I bought 20 and I've used most of them already, just on stuff that I've sown this year. So the onions are going to go on these as well. That is dead easy to move around, plant, pot on. You know, they've got holes in the bottom and you stick your finger through. Definitely recommend them. Tony Smith, he put us onto these. I'm even putting the little thin skinny ones in. I say there's nothing to lose. I mean, there's next to note there, but it'll go. Again, this is Germador. 2 cloves. Would normally be £2 for 2 cloves. I don't normally buy them from Wilkinson's, to be honest, but couldn't resist. Another one. Oh, more. So what's everybody else planting this time of year? Are you still picking up bargains? Are you still planting? Are you going to stop for now? I tend to risk things, to be honest. If I see something and it's worth giving it a go, I tend to try it. You know, you can either win or lose, and 9 times out of 10 you get a winner. So, as long as they're not rotten, you know, they're going to be all right. They're going to shoot. So always worth giving a go. I'm looking for some bargains. So what have I got in planned for the allotment for this year? Bean Archer Stint. This is one of my mono bulbs on my elephant garlic from last year. I might as well pop them in. I've just spot them. I might have a couple of ones left hanging up there. Let's see what's in here. Again, this is an elephant garlic. It's only split into 2. We'll give it a go. It is shooting, so one's rotten. Let's have a look on my cupboard. No, that's it for the garlic, so 3 bits missing, but never mind. Yeah, so next year I'm gonna Bean Archer staying in the same place, raised beds, again staying in the same place. I'm just gonna top those up again. I'm definitely gonna buy the ton of or the tipper load of compost again. Definitely doing that. It was well worth it. In here, the roof, because I had to change the roof to slope that way instead of that way, everything sort of leaks in, so I'm going to have to tackle the roof this year and probably get some wrinkly plastic to go over the top. I'm just going to put it over the top of everything that's there, save taking it down. Right, onions. Yeah, so that's going to be a big job. Fencing, big job. Over the spring, see, I've got to replace the fence at home because that blew down in the storms. So I've got a few big panels, 6 by 6 or 6 by 8 panels. You know, the woven stuff. They're cheap and nasty, to be honest. They served a purpose at home. They were up sort of 5 years before the storm got them, and to be honest, they would have been up another 5 years if it hadn't been for that particular storm. But yeah, they've got to come down. So I've got about a dozen of them salvaged. The rest got sort of smashed to bits. So I'm going to use them to go right along the fence line and just fill in the gaps, because obviously it's a metal fence. I'm just going to fill in the gaps. So you can see these are shooting. These are onions. What are the Japanese sets? So same as the garlic, pointy end up, flat end down. Just push them in. I'm not even going to water these because the troughs over there are full of water, so I'm just going to drop them in the trough on the bench, and they'll just stop over here. It's a little bit wet, and there is threat of snow to put them outside, so I'll start them off in here. Come the spring, they'll have decent shoots, and then I'll just pop them into a bed. I haven't got a bed clear for them anyway, to be honest. Everything's already out. I've already got onions out, I've already got garlic out. This far bed, I'll show you the outside shortly, but yeah, everything is sort of full at the minute. Of stuff. I've got some beetroot which I need to take out. The bean bed, but that stays as a bean bed, so I kind of put them in there. It's one of those things when you go onions and leeks and garlic, you tend to take up your beds until June, July time, and you can't get anything else out, so you've got to sort of rotate what you're doing. Right, have I got any more compost? What's this? So this is the compost that I bought. Pretty dry, it's been in here all summer. You see that'll shop. That'll shop. Soak up the water. Yeah, so I've got some big jobs planned for summer. Don't know what everybody else is doing. But spring, summer, it's going to be big build time again. I did this shed over the spring, summer, well spring last year. Just needs finishing off. I must try and get in the greenhouse done, because that got a bit neglected this year with the grapevine just taking over everything. So I'm going to change the way I plant in there. I'm going to put benches back in and put the tomatoes on the benches, or I might even put chilies in there and just have tomatoes in here. I'm not quite sure yet, but I'm definitely going to change the way I grow in there, because the grapevine takes a lot of the light. That's the problem, and I don't want to take it out. What I need to find is someone that makes wine, because I get bags and bags of grapes, like carrier bags full and bin bag fulls, and they just go to waste. So I need someone that makes wine, that's local to me, that'll come and harvest the whole lot and then just provide us with a couple of bottles of wine for it. You know, that would be ideal. So if there's anybody in my area that's a good winemaker, let us know. As long as I got a couple of decent bottles of wine, I'm happy for you to come and harvest at harvest time. Saves me, because they just go to waste. You know, you take a few bunches, there's only so many grapes you can eat, to be honest. And they've got pips in as well, so they're quite small, and when they've got pips in, you know, you're spending most of the day spitting the pips out. But they are lovely, you know, they're really tasty. Right, so what's that? 3 trays of onions, 3 trays of garlic. I've got another packet left. I'll stop you there, and I'll come back in a minute. Hey, take for a bit of a break. Cup of tea. Got a bit of a chat while I'm having my cup of tea. So yeah, I was sort of saying before when I was in the greenhouse about sort of plans for next year. Definitely gonna do the fence. That's desperate. It's got to be done. Beds probably going to stay the same. Going to do more strawberries this year. Replant all my strawberries. I've got them already in the greenhouse ready to go out, but all the strawberry beds need replacing. The sort of 3 years are up, so they'll all get replaced this year. What else? I definitely need to get this chili house up and running. I missed it last year, and to be honest, I had an abysmal crop sort of this year. I keep saying last year. It's not 2022 yet, but not far off. Yeah, so chili house down here definitely getting sorted. I want to up my game on the chilies. I want to up my game on the tomatoes, and this year I want to try and save seeds off as much as I can. Tomatoes, I've already done my beans and stuff. I've got tomatoes at home, which I've done. I've got some peppers at home, which are dried out. They just need sort of deshelling, so I might do a quick video on that in between Christmas and New Year, because they're ready to start and sort and pack up. Yeah, so definitely going to be saving more seeds next year, more of my own stuff. I'm probably going to put a couple of onions and a couple of leeks to seed this year. Never done that before. I know all the big growers around the northeast sort of save their own seeds. My dad used to years ago cut the grass off and all that sort of stuff for the leeks and stuff. My dad used to be a massive leek grower in his day. Not so much on this allotment, but on the other allotments that he had. He only got this allotment when he retired, really. So yeah, he had 20 odd years on it, but he wasn't big into the competitions then. It was the early 80s and stuff, when it was big leek growing and veg growing competitions around here. There's not that many left now, to be honest, but each working man's club in the area had their own leek club, and there was probably, I don't know, 15 or 20 working men's clubs in my local vicinity in Blythe. So there was loads, but that's just not that now. There's maybe 1 or 2 league clubs left, but that's too much work for me. It's too, you've got to have dedication to do that. But I am going to set some seeds. I'm going to have a go at that this year. Middle greenhouse, I'm going to change that so it's growing on benches this year. The big greenhouse, again, I'm going to change that the way it's grown. The beds underneath the tables just didn't work. They just didn't get enough sun or water or whatever, I don't know. So I'm maybe going to take all that soil out and then line it, and maybe put some gravel in and just water from the gravel, or just totally ignore it. Maybe put a few peppers in or something like that, something low growing stuff, and then work off the benches again. Or I might put a watering system in, a drain gutter watering system for my tomatoes. I'm not quite sure, but the building work got to be done first. I've got to get these fences done. I've got to get the fence coming into the garden done, because that's tied up with rope at the minute, tied to my IBCs. IBCs, I've had 2 years now, not done anything with them. They need a roof on to collect water, so that can be useful. So that's a project going to get done this year. I was going to fill them from the greenhouse, but when I had to change the roof to slope the opposite way, the pipes are in a different place. So yeah. Growing wise, I don't think there's anything else that I'm going to be trying this year unless there's something crops up. I may put a Jerusalem artichoke back in. I had one a few years ago. There's a bit of a monster, but I'm just trying to think of where to put it. The plum tree might come out, because that's not done anything. It's not a plum tree, it's a damson tree. It's just not done anything. It's a fair size. It's a spiky old thing. So it's a bit of a nuisance where it is, so that might come out. It's been in probably 4 years, 3 to 4 years at least, and I've not got a damson off it yet, so that's probably going to come out. Quite fancy a little pond. Nothing massive. I'm thinking maybe it's in that area there, clear that up, because that's a bit of a dead space. Just a little pond, I don't know. Mince pie, anybody? Homemade, of course. Grandbear made them on Sunday. Lovely. Excuse me. So yeah, I'm not really sure what to do. This shed needs sorting out. I've taken the inside out. It's just time, isn't it? Just time. I definitely need some more bark chippings this year to go over the top of everything again. Everything's starting to grow through it now, so I'll wait till the snow's been I'll hoe everything back, give it a rake over. I might take up the path, because it's concrete underneath the path anyway. It's only like 3 or 4 inches of bark chippings, so I might take all them up and use them as mulch, and go back to the concrete path down the middle anyway. So yeah, put in the comments below any plans you've got for this year, any big plans, anything you want us to do, anything you want us to grow, any videos you want us to show. You know I do fruit trees and cuttings and all that sort of stuff, raspberries and strawberries, and if there's anything particularly you want us to grow. I mean, I've done all the oddball things like the ockers and artichokes and all that sort of stuff, but to be honest, they grow great, but they taste bloody awful. So what's the point? You know, I've tried all these things that, you know, that come on the market. So I subscribe to Jurassic Plants, which is a great website, and they have some really unusual stuff, really unusual fruits and stuff. I mean, I've got some fruits at home, honeyberries and stuff. I've got a Japanese wineberry, which I transplanted from home, which it'll come up this year. It'll be great. But I've got, you know, loganberries and tayberries, all that sort of stuff. And they have some great stuff, but some of the stuff, you know, you'll never eat it. You know, I've tried goji berries and they grow great, but you never get a one. You know, so what's the point? But I've done like the ocker and all of that sort of stuff. You know, just for a bit of a challenge to do it, but you know, I really want to concentrate this year on stuff. I'm gonna use a lot of soft fruit. We use lots of soft fruit. You know, cook lots of pies and stuff like that. So stuff that's quite expensive in the shops that, you know, you might as well grow your own, because it's cheaper. Things like, I mean, I've got loads of onions in because they're cheapest chips, but you know, onions and carrots are like cheapest chips in the shops anyway. So, and I know everybody says that, you know, that tastes better homegrown and stuff like that, but I'd rather spend the money on planting loads of strawberries and loads of raspberries and stuff like that I'm going to get a good return from, and that are quite expensive. You know, why get a good return from a good crop of carrots that are cheapest chips to buy in the shops? And I really don't eat that many carrots anyway. You know, potatoes, that's different. You know, you can definitely tell the difference with potatoes, and I'll definitely do the same as I always have. You know, I'll probably have 20 buckets of potatoes, and that'll last me. In fact, I've still got 3 buckets left to harvest. But there again, you come to like the Christmas time for like Christmas potatoes. That's a waste of time, because they never grow. You know, you get little peas, so they're pointless. But you can go to, you know, Asda or Lidl and Morrison's or whatever, and they're all competing this time of year, Christmas time, to get the cheapest veg. So you can buy a bag of potatoes for like 20 pence, you know, or a bag of carrots for 15p. You know, is it worth a full year grown for something like that, when you can get something that's a more expensive product for a better return? Anyway, I'm waffling now. I'm going to finish my tea, and it looks like it's going to start to rain, so I might have to go in the greenhouse and do a bit of work in there, but if not, I'm going to sort out my beans. Yeah, it's definitely raining, I can feel it. Another quick mince pie before it starts, and then we'll start again. So if I don't see you before the new year and Christmas, I'd like to wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I'm making mince pie, yeah. Yeah, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Thank you all for commenting and engaging in what I do. It is much appreciated. You know, I often wonder why I do it, because, you know, there's there's not any sort of financial gain from doing this. You know, I'm not monetized at all. I haven't got enough subscribers to be monetized, but that doesn't bother us. I just do it, you know, because I get you know, there's some genuine people out there that interact, and thanks very much for those that do. You know, everybody knows who they are. I always reply back to you, so thanks very much for doing that. It is just a personal vlog for see what I'm doing throughout the year, and you know, remember, it was designed for my dad. So it was designed for show my dad. This was my dad's allotment, and he developed dementia, and I couldn't get along, so I'd like to keep involved. So we made the videos as a family to show my dad what we're doing, and obviously my dad's passed away now, but I would like to think he's still up there watching YouTube and telling us what to do, and thinking about what's going on in the allotment. So yeah, cheers everybody, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, see you next thing.